My name's Jeremiah Reno. This is my final assignment for my HUMS 1581 class. My TRU number is T007677402. This is part A. I'm going to be showing you two different parts here, but for safety reasons, I am going to stay in my car for this because of our homeless and crime situation in Ladysmith. But first off, we're going to start with the Ladysmith shelter at 631 First Avenue in Lady, which is right here. I'll be zooming up. And it has 10 beds there for any gender. Good with advocacy and compassion services too. Because people who are going through addiction, which is mostly what this does deal with, unfortunately, this day and age, addiction makes you feel alone. And to have supports like this for services like this in our city is really big, because we're currently going through a fentanyl and crystal meth crisis. I do a lot of outreach. I also work as a part-time jail guard too, so I see this. And that's partly why I'm staying in my car for safety reasons, because I will be noticed by a lot of people. But this center here is great. It provides workers with counseling, or can give like counseling services for people who need the shelter, who are homeless, going through stuff. There's counselors. They can hook you up with counselors as well that can help you find low-cost housing in the Ladysmith and Nanaimo region, because the homeless situation, as everywhere in Canada, is really bad at this time. And there's food program there. You can do your laundry. It's a lot of human decency that goes on there. Unfortunately, on a warm day, you do see a lot of open drug use and crime. But you know what? That's life. You can't change it. But how can I ask myself in these things, how can I enhance it? How can I help people? How can I spend time with people to make their life better? This part of town in Ladysmith is a lower income neighborhood, so comes the crime with that. Kids out late at night, not enough support because parents are either working too much or can have addiction issues as well, which is really, really, really sad. So you get a lot of things in this part of the neighborhood. But it's essential to have places like these, because everybody goes through bad times in life. And with those bad times come the good times too, once you get through them. But people need beacons of hope. That's a large part why I'm getting into social work too, to be there for my people. I see so much addiction on the reserve in McLeod Lake, where my band's from, that I just want to help out people going through it, because I got saved from alcoholism because I went low enough. So my gift is to give back. But beyond that, the homeless shelter, great service, great people, and it provides people temporary shelter. They can stay up to a week there too, which can be cold winter days, anything else, the lifeline between life and death sometimes, right? Maybe a open ear that will help them not use and get them to an AA program. This is part one. I'm going to be taking a pause and starting on part two. It's a block up the road. Yes, and I'm resuming my mapping project and my live media presentation. This is the second part. This is 630 2nd Avenue in Nanaimo, BC, or in Ladysmith with BC. There's so many good services at this place that can help people out. There's child programs, family youth services, which is just crucial right now because people are going through a budget crunch in Ladysmith, BC. You have Rainbow Grief and Loss for children 6 to 12. They can talk to somebody and go into programs for if they've lost somebody, if their parents are divorced, they're in foster care. There is support services, which is so essential. There's seniors with the advocacy too, for counseling if they've lost somebody, if they're going through housing crisis. There's voices for seniors to make sure that they eat and everything, which is so crucial too. It's so nice. Housing support services. This is another big one, or the housing like with that support services in Nanaimo, because there's just not enough at this time. They also have a food bank here, which is really, 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 really important. Because with the food bank too, the growing prices of everything, job losses, people not getting back to work after COVID, mills shutting down, everything. There's a real crunch in Ladysmith. A lot of houses selling, there's a lot of homelessness, and places like these are just so essential. The food program really sticks out and makes sure that kids go to school and can have food. They also have food programs in our high school here, which provides free lunches for lower income people as well. This is a really big thing, I find. And the family housing support, that's big, especially. It's kind of part B from the homeless shelter. There are people there who end up there because of divorce, tough times, addiction. Then they get clean, they get sober, they need help getting a place to live. And we have a place called the Heart House in Ladysmith, BC, which is it's a great place that it provides affordable living for people who need it. This just happened and came out and was really nice. So that part is really good. And there's free with volunteer counseling for people who can't afford with volunteer counseling at this time. This stuff needs to be done. It needs to be out there for people, and it's truly, truly essential. Because not a lot of people have jobs with proper insurance, Blue Cross, where they can get counseling. It's quite sad, to be honest, at this time. But unfortunately, that's what we're in right now. So there are all these programs in Ladysmith, BC, that provide essential services and support to youth at risk, to people at risk, to everything. And it is quite heartwarming because Ladysmith is known as one of those nice towns. One of those good towns where people are close. Everybody knows their neighbor. And when people go broke, they go homeless, or they go through stuff, people here in this town, and without judgment or anything, it's nice to be in a town like this where we support our neighbors. But unfortunately, with the homelessness and everything, it's changed everything in the crime. We have tent cities in this town, not enough support. You know, at the hospital, they give out a free drug with like paraphernalia, opiate addiction with alternatives there as well. So it's something this town's had to adjust with. But with all these bad things, places like these offer hope, and that's the most important thing. Working at a place like this would offer hope. And that's what it's all about. Life is about giving back. It's hard work. It's not hard work. You know, the stuff that matters in life is what we live behind for others, and this is a big part of why I want to help people in my life. So with that, love in my heart, gratitude in my eyes, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this media presentation. It's been a great course, a lot of work, and I've truly loved everybody's feedback in this. And have a nice day. Thank you for listening. Jeremiah Reno.